I studied breath work probably 26 years ago, so a long time ago. I think for me it was this, I'd been searching really my whole life. From a really young age, I knew I didn't fit in. I knew I was different. I was a super sensitive and empathetic, and I literally walk into a room and I'd know exactly how everyone felt. And for me, not knowing my own boundaries or understanding the depth of my emotion, because I'd never been held through that. My family, I had a beautiful family, but they were really disconnected emotionally. So for me, having huge emotions and feeling everything, I expressed everyone else's stuff. So I learnt straight away that wasn't accepted and started to create different ways to express. But I started to hold on. And then as I started to grow, I was looking outside of myself for a deeper understanding of who I was. I felt so disconnected and alone and unhappy, and I was experiencing all this darkness. And I think the first thing for me was finding the breath allowed me to soften into my body and feel safe to feel. It's something that when you are super sensitive and aware of everything else in the room, you become hypersensitive of the most negative thing in the room, and you start to draw that to you. And I found that I was always the one that was fixing someone else to make them feel better and taking responsibility for everyone else's stuff, which then created so much disconnection in myself, because then that became my, I suppose, way of existing, where my worth was attached to how much I gave to other people. So I think for me now, when I was 23 and I was searching so deeply for myself, I found it in the breath. There was just this moment where I was really feeling my own stuff. I was feeling from the moment where I literally was birthed. We had such heightened experiences, but I could understand why I felt so deeply. I could understand this lie I'd created about myself of being not good enough and searching for someone to validate that. But instead of validating I was good enough, they literally validated how good I wasn't. And so it just kept repeating. I kept repeating this abandonment. I kept finding spaces that I felt not good enough. And I was recreating it in my life. And then coming right back to my birth trauma, where I nearly died. It was like if I fully lived, I was going to die. So I think there's a huge impact just how unconscious our trauma lays, and it doesn't need to be a huge moment in our life. It can be from birth, from 0 to 7, and then we keep recreating that in our life.